The Head of Cooperation for the European Union Delegation to the Pacific, Mr. Christopher Wagner, the Acting High Commissioner for Australia, Mr. Ndoni, and also a representative from the BSRP, Mr. Teto Nakalevo. And I think this afternoon I'm glad to see 4 permanent secretaries here. We recognize the presence of the Permanent Secretary for Ethiopia Affairs, who was also one of the key architects behind this move to refurbish our National Emergency Operations Center, since he was looking after disaster management during Cyclone Winston, during which we had a lot of learning programs, a lot of things that we learned, and it's led to this move to improve this. So recognize his presence and also the work that was done by the minister at that time, the Honorable Enya Serrat, who is currently with the Prime Minister in the UN. Also recognize the presence of the Permanent Secretary for Defense, our own Permanent Secretary, and also the Permanent Secretary for Lands. Thank you for all being here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me sitting here. I'm quite relieved that this event is happening now. You know, cyclones are right around the corner. So I'm glad to see that we're able to get to this stage where we can open the new National Emergency Operations Center. So it gives me great pleasure. Time to put on the glasses now. Open the refurbished National Emergency Operations Center, and later on this afternoon there will be the handing over of the equipment that will help us address this issue. We all know how, and it's been stated here, the Pacific is very disaster prone. It's always full of disasters. The small size, our remoteness, and the fragile biodiversity of the Pacific Islands countries makes us exceptionally vulnerable to natural hazards. So the need for real-time information to be able to respond to an emergency appropriately cannot be overstated. Communication and technology versatility is critical for any robust operation, and I'm glad to say that this is now enhanced through the facility that we will be opening today, the refurbished National Emergency Operations Center. As has been explained, the refurbishment work has been made possible through collaboration between the funding assistance of the European Union through the Building Safety Resilience in the Pacific project, the work of the Pacific community, we thank them for their efforts, and also the funding assistance of the Government of Australia's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. So to all of you, to all the parties, thank you. Thank you very much for your assistance. And I, on behalf of the government and the people of Fiji, wish to extend our sincerest and warmest, it's quite warm in here, warmest vinagavalevu for your tremendous support. Through your support, Fiji can now use the state-of-the-art facility that will add value and enhance disaster risk reduction and disaster response activities in Fiji. Before all this refurbishment and the massive improvements, all emergency response was coordinated out of just a regular meeting room, fitted with whiteboards and a phone, maybe a fax machine with some computers that were only bought in when the disaster happened. And I can remember coming to that room in the Ministry of Rural and Maritime Development. And all of these things were just activated when the disaster took place. But the refurbished facility that we will visit now after this downstairs has dedicated equipment, has dedicated software, dedicated furniture to allow for the effective and efficient coordination of activities of disaster monitoring, warning, and immediate post-disaster response, including disaster relief work. So that will be a monumental change. And I'm sure all those that were involved, Permanent Secretary here, Bainimarama was involved with that. All those that involved will really be glad to see that we have this new facility. The new National Emergency Operations Center, I'm told, is equipped with a C3 system, command, control, and coordination. This will add value to its work as it is linked with the systems to hazard warning agencies, such as the Fiji Meteorological Services, who are now also part of this ministry. But you will see that the system is hooked up to the information that they have. This will also allow for lead time in preparing for and responding to the various hazards that we in Fiji are too familiar with, like cyclones, floods, which is our most common disaster, happens almost all the time, flash floods, and the threats of earthquakes and tsunamis. This system is now linked with 2 of our response agencies, the Fiji Maritime Surveillance Rescue Coordination Center that is housed with the Fiji Naval Division and also with the Ministry of Defense. The linking up of all of these systems ensures interoperability. So it ensures that if one system goes down, there'll be other backup systems that we can call upon. Two, if the National Emergency Operations Center is compromised, we should have the other two remaining facilities available to easily back up and pick up the operation where it was disrupted. While the name of the facility promotes response work, its new capabilities will allow the NDMO to also conduct disaster risk reduction work that can inform the various disaster mitigation works being conducted around the country. For instance, it is now fitted with dedicated GIS software and a backup server that allows for the collection and maximum storage of data that can be digested and will then turn out products that will help decision makers visualize current events projected onto maps. So it becomes visual and you can see what is actually happening, hopefully in real time. Reports can now be impact-based, with decision makers knowing where to deploy the right assets so that affected communities get the right type of assistance. My ministry, through the National Disaster Management Organization, will seek to ensure that this same system will also be rolled out to the divisional emergency operations centers that are currently in our 4 divisions, so that the collaboration between the national and sub-national level is strengthened. And I appreciate the role of the Ministry of Regional Development in this exercise, and the role of the divisional commissioners, the role of the provincial administrators, the role of the district officers in all of the various divisions, complementing, because their work complements the work of the National Emergency Operations Center, especially in coordinating disaster response activities. And the onus on all of us now is to ensure that all of these divisional operations centers are also well equipped. In saying that, the European Union through the BSRP will also be handing over this afternoon 2 fiberglass boats, which will be strategically placed within the provincial administrator in Lomaiviti and the provincial administrator Kadavu to assist the district emergency operations centers in coordinating emergency response and relief work in the event of disasters. These sea assets will enhance the response time towards the communities in Kadavu and Lomaiviti. DFAT will also be handing over, as has been explained, a mobile emergency operations center. This is a fit-for-purpose vehicle. It will be fitted with proper communications equipment and deployed to strategic locations to collect and relay back information, data, and images to the primary emergency operations center in real time. Lastly, I would like to mention the motivation that this refurbishment work brings. You can see the acting director is smiling. All the people in DMO, when you walk into the office now, they begin to smile because they can see the kind of equipment that they'll be working with. The ability to have real-time information be something that's going to bring a great deal of relief and will motivate the staff. I've also been informed, all these facilities, as has been explained, if you don't have the people to run them without the adequate knowledge, the adequate skill, and the desire to be able to do things, it all comes to naught. So there's also been a lot of a focus on providing that knowledge and that skill. There have been 2 working in emergency operations center trainings that have been undertaken by those who will be manning the National Emergency Operations Center. And while none of us wants to see a disaster, does not want to invite a disaster, I really look forward to see how through these increased capabilities, the increased knowledge, the increased skill, that we'll see how they have the capabilities to be able to handle and to be able to enhance our nation's resilience to disaster. So with those few words, thank you once again to all the partners. Thank you all for coming this afternoon. And I once again want to admit my appreciation to those that were looking after these disasters in the past. Not that they caused the disaster, they managed our response to it, but they initiated all of this so that we can have a better emergency response system towards disaster. Thank you. May God bless Fiji. May God bless the Australian rugby team and also the Fiji rugby team.
All right, here we go. Big smile, big smile. Trabalhou.
Set.